What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Movie Pod. Now, we have a pretty important episode because, we're a movie podcast. We talk all things movies, and, this is like the biggest movie award a night in the whole world. The Oscars happened tonight, wherever you are in the world. And I kept up to date with it all throughout school. I was posting on social media, on our Instagram accounts and Facebook, all the updates, and, I started getting nervous at the end when they had when they were giving the award out for the best actor, and I was hella disappointed, and I'm still disappointed. I'm very angry, and I have quite a bit to say about the Oscars, and I want to give my opinion on why their viewers are dropping every year, and why people are not caring about the Oscars anymore, and that's starting to happen to me because I think it's a total rigged. Just yeah. So we're going to go through all the awards. I've got a few clips up here that I want to watch with you guys. But yeah, we'll be going through most of the awards, the important ones. I feel like we should recognize everybody, but there will be ones I want to talk about more than others. But it starts off with this isn't in order of how they release it. This is the order on the Oscars website that they had all their stuff on. But writing. Now, there's two writing awards. There's writing original screenplay, and there's writing adapted screenplay. Adapted screenplay say they make a novel, a film, they make a sequel to a film. That's what adapted screenplay is. And original screenplay is a new thing.
Yeah.
At first glance, there's Steven Spielberg's name. You're like, oh, Steven Spielberg's name. He wins that, right? No. So Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won Best Writing. I didn't see it. Apparently, it's spectacular. Won so many Oscars. I don't know if it's worthy of that many Oscars. I haven't seen it. And because I haven't seen it, I'm gonna just imagine it was a bad movie. I'm joking. I'm just angry. I'll get into it. Elvis. I loved Elvis a lot. The movie, and it got nominated for 8 awards and didn't win 1. So I got a lot to say about that. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But Joseph, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. You saw that movie, and it won. I won. You saw that movie, and it won about like 6 awards.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw it won a few.
It won a lot of awards. It's crazy. But yeah, what did you think of the movie? Does it was? I don't even know what's the plot of the movie.
The plot is a woman's trying to do her taxes.
Right. Okay.
And I thought you'd like it. You'd watch it already. The
I didn't even know it was a thing until
Indiana
it got nominated
Jones.
for the Oscars.
Yeah, the boy from Indiana
Yes,
Jones.
he's in it.
I forgot which one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very nice, and
he's
Harrison Ford presented the best film, and obviously
Yes.
it won, and they gave each other a big hug. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a
Michelle
freaking movie, dude.
Kwan, I
Yes.
think. Who's the main actress?
Michelle
She's
Kwan. She won Best Actress. We'll get to that. But yeah.
Yeah, she was really good in it. Like the movie, so it's kind of it's a whole thing to explain the plot, but essentially a lady's trying to do her taxes, and it's kind of a multiverse thing.
Oh, of course that wins the Oscar. That's got even me more angry.
No, it's not like crappy Marvel. It's really hard to explain because it's such a crazy and almost like an Inception plot. And Inception was a good movie, so you can't even hate on that. It's so hard to explain, but it is a very good movie. It is funny. It is well shot. Like there are very little things that you can pick out about it.
Okay.
Definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
You should be able to watch it. I know it's on binge.
I will check it out. I didn't even know it was a movie. Obviously, isn't a big movie. It didn't make a lot at the box office, but that doesn't mean anything. Box office numbers don't mean anything. Box office numbers is determined by who's in the movie, and if the movie's already established.
The promotion.
Unless it's something big, unless it's this next level, beyond its time, like Star Wars. Nobody knew anyone in that, except a bit of Harrison Ford. But that was a brand new story, and look how good that did. But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. You would think it would go to Steven Spielberg automatically. But obviously every film you write is gonna be different. Um, if we move on to the next one, I want to go over the win tally. So the 2023 Oscars win tally, Everything Everywhere All at Once won 7 Oscars. All Quiet on the Western Front won 4 Oscars. The Whale won 2 Oscars. Black Panther Wakanda Forever won 1 Oscar. Avatar The Way of the Water won 1 Oscar. Top Gun Maverick won 1 Oscar. And Triple R won 1 Oscar. Making Tar, The Banshees, Triangle of Sadness, and Elvis and Fableman's the 4 major movies not to win an Oscar that got nominated.
Okay.
So, I don't know how Fableman's didn't get nominated, didn't win, like, something, but Oscars is...
The competition was pretty hard. Like...
Okay, I think Whale is I haven't watched it, but it looks... I'm not going to. This looks stupid. Some fat guy complaining, crying. I don't want to watch that. I'm glad Top Gun Maverick won something. Yeah. But now we move on to writing. Now this is adapted screenplay, and this is like sequels made from a novel, and extended on. We move on to writing the adapted screenplay. Now this is an interesting one. There was good competition in this one. Woman Talking won. I haven't seen it. Half the movies that get nominated for Oscars, no one has seen. But it was Woman Talking, All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery by Rian Johnson, Living, and Top Gun Maverick. You would think Top Gun Maverick, because that was the perfect sequel. Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery was apparently very good. Rian Johnson's very good with that.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there was it's Knives Out. It's a sequel to Knives Out. Women Talking. I wonder why it won. I'm not sure, but it won. So good on them. From that list, I would think it'd be Top Gun Maverick because that was a almost perfect sequel. Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery is apparently really good. Visual effects. Now this is a automatic. You're gonna hope Avatar: The Way of the Water wins because the whole movie is 3 hours worth of visual effects. The whole premise of Avatar, the reason why it's made the money it's made is because of the visual effects. So you're gonna think Avatar would win,
Yeah, of course.
But visual effects was Avatar: The Way of the Water, which was the winner. All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun Maverick. So that's a very good competition there. Don't know. Yeah, that's good competition there. Shame Batman didn't win anything. It should have won Best Sound, dude. But hey, visual effects, Avatar definitely deserves because the whole movie's visual effects, Top Gun Maverick, a lot of it was more real, but no, Dino, that's a very good list there of films nominated for visual effects. Now sound. Now this is where I'm going to rant a bit. Sound, I'm happy who it went to. It went to Top Gun Maverick. Deserved, at least they won an Oscar. The competition, the nominees were Top Gun Maverick, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of the Water, The Batman, and Elvis. Now I've seen 4 out of those 5 movies, haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front. I do want to watch that go. It looks like a very good movie.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Top Gun Maverick, deserved. It deserves to win an Oscar. I'm glad it won something. All Quiet on the Western Front, can't give my opinion. Won enough, so it doesn't need this one. Avatar: The Way of the Water. That was... Overall, that film is visual effects, it's got a good story to it. I liked Avatar: The Way of the Water better than Avatar 1. I don't think you can agree with me on that, though, can you get, Joseph?
Where the Water isn't as good as 1, or is better than 1?
Is better than
1. No.
I think so. I'd hate Avatar 1, dude. Never can watch that. No. So boring. And then the Batman. The Batman, I think, if you watch the Batman in theaters, you would agree with me that the Batman should have won for sound, because, dude, you're sitting in the theater, when that Batmobile revs up, you are immersed, dude. That was such a crazy experience.
Yeah, over the sound of, so when sound comes down to it, is that also music? The music of it?
Well, see, there's a separate category. I couldn't tell you the answer. I think sound is more
Like
how the
just the
quality,
audio of it?
the audio. Yeah, sound effect. Yeah, sound effects could be included in that. And
Well,
obviously the
I
engine revving up is a sound effect. So I think yeah, it's mainly sound effects.
over the real sound of jet engines. I don't know. I understand why
I understand
Top
why
Gun
Top Gun
won.
Maverick won. I'm glad it won. I'm glad it won an Oscar. Up against the Batman, though, I feel more immersed. I feel more into it when watching the Batman. The Batman was my favorite movie of 2022. I loved it, and it's cinema to
Yeah,
me. It's cinematic. It's a movie to me. That's a movie to me. Was the Batman, and yeah, Elvis again. You know, it's about a singer guy. You know, you're gonna wanna hope so. It sounds good.
yeah, but
And
does that
see,
come down to music?
it sounded good, Elvis. Like all his old songs sounding not modern, but sounding up to the technology we have now. Because they used Austin obviously sung. Um,
Yeah, but I think they would have tweaked his voice a lot. Like,
it was all his voice. It was
no computer help.
no computer help. Austin trained his voice
Okay.
for 2 to 3 years to sound like Elvis. Austin Butler
Oh,
never
wow.
sounded like a country guy. He had a country voice. Never sound like that.
Isn't he British?
No, he's American. Coastal America. And learned how to sing. All for Elvis. And when we get to Best Actor, just guys be ready, prepare yourself. But yeah, Best Sound, I'm glad it went to Top Gun Maverick. This is a very good lineup. It could have really been any of these. Obviously, I haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front. Maybe not Avatar so much. Avatar can have its visual effects. That's about it. Top Gun, the Batman, Elvis. I would have been happy if either three of them won, but I would have been happy if any of these won. Maybe All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't seen it, but come on, it won 4 or 5 Oscars. Like, let someone else have another turn. Short film, live action went to An Irish Goodbye. Congratulations. Short film animated went to The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Congratulations. Now, production design. This, I can see. Okay. All Quiet on the Western Front won. It was up against Avatar: The Way of the Water, Babylon, Elvis, and The Fablemans.
Okay, so this is set design, right? This is like the setting.
Yes, this is the setting. Babylon
Yeah,
apparently
okay.
was a fan favorite to win. I can see why All Quiet on the Western Front won. A war movie is gotta have good production design.
It's so hard to capture a
Yes,
war-torn
it is.
area.
Avatar, yeah, it had good production design.
I
It's a different world, but
but
it's more taken over by the visual
it's
effects.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
my point. I was gonna say it's significantly visual effects, so it's hard to like they make it
Yes.
really well, so it blends together. You can't, it's visual effects, but to me, I can't tell if they've just chucked it in via green screen or
Yeah.
if it's actually a prop.
Yeah, exactly, because it's all blue and green. That's why.
Yeah,
You look at. There's lots of movies that have very good visual effects. Avatar is that fan favorite visual effect movie because it's green and blue. Because it's those colors, they look the best.
it's visually.
That's
stunning,
why
yeah.
it looks visually stunning. Like look at the Mustafa duel in Revenge of the Sith, 2005, 2005. But because that's red and lava, it doesn't look appealing. But those visual effects are friggin' awesome, especially for 2005, when digital filmmaking had only just came out.
Literally, yeah.
Attack of the Clones was the first ever digital shot film. George Lucas took the risk. So we wouldn't have any of these movies if it wasn't for him. So, All Quiet on Western Front, I can see why. A war movie. But Elvis...
I agree with that.
Elvis jumped between the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, dude. It makes our modern world look like they are filming back then. Like, if I watched a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff for Elvis, and the set design is very good. I think Elvis, Babylon apparently was up there, Fablemans maybe. I think Elvis was second to win this, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I think I can agree with that.
Catherine Martin, who was also the costume designer for Elvis, who is Baz Luhrmann's wife, who was the director of Elvis. She was obviously production designer and costume designer. And so she's won, I think, 3 or 4 Oscars for costuming. And every
Nice.
time she has been nominated for a costume award, she won it. So when we get to costuming, I'll elaborate. What do we have next? Oh, it's a lot. Best picture. We're not doing that right now. Music. Why do they put that in the middle of everything? Music. Original song. Now, Triple R, this also won the Golden Globe for Best Music. Dude, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick. Lady Gaga. That should have won it. Man, that was such a good song. But hey, Triple R, it's the Nata Nata movie. Nata Nata was named the song from Triple R, like the Indian kind of song. I can see why it won it, culturally, it probably won, you know what I'm saying? But I love Top Gun Maverick, Hold My Hand. That was such a great theme. Lift Me Up, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Also got nominated Everything Everywhere All at Once song, This Is a Life, and Applause, Tell It Like a Woman, and Triple R came out with the win. Now, this was original score, so this is a score, this is a song made, or a score, a theme made for the particular movie. All Quiet on the Western Front nominated again, Babylon nominated, The Banshees nominated, Everything Everywhere All at Once nominated again, and The Fabelmans, John Williams. Dude, I don't care. John Williams wipes all of those people out the park. Every single one of them. He's got to, right? It's John Williams. I'm sure any piece of score he creates is going to be spectacular. The dude's... They should have gave it to him, man. The dude's what? He's like 92 or something. Just give it to John Williams, man. All Quiet on the Western Front comes out with that win again. John Williams, I guess I'm kind of being... No, I'm being greedy. I love John Williams. He's done my favorite scores. Superman, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jurassic, E.T.'s. He's done Jaws. Dun, 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 dun. He's done the best stuff. But, hey, maybe, it's... obviously, he's getting old. He's getting up there with the ages. And, new generation is rolling in, and All Quiet on the Western Front takes that one. But you gotta agree with me, John Williams is John Williams. They just give it to John Williams. But that is being a bit greedy, I'm surprised Fabelmans didn't win anything. It's John Williams, and John Williams' music, and Steven Spielberg's writing and directing. But anyway, and it's also the guy that played the Riddler in the Batman. He plays the main character.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Makeup and hairstyling.
Now this one, I know you're a little bit cranky on.
Yeah.
You were not happy on this one,
bro. This goes to the Batman. Makeup and hairstyling. Nominees: The Whale, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and Elvis. The Whale. Okay, The Whale and the Batman both had a fat guy in it that cosmetics made him fat.
No, Brendan Fraser is just fat.
No, he's not. You put Brendan Fraser's normal face next to the character he plays in The Whale. You can see they're the same person. Just the other guy has a lot more weight on him. The Batman. You put the Penguin and Colin Trevorrow, Colin someone who plays him. You put them next to each other. They're not the same person, dude. They are not the same person. They did a much better... They did way more detail with the Batman makeup than they did with the Whale. I am sorry, but that goes to the Batman. The Whale, okay, it had the fat guy. The Batman had... The Whale,
the fat guy.
It had the fat guy. That's the only makeup... cool, big makeup thing that probably made it one. Was that. The Batman, Bruce Wayne's makeup. Okay? Catwoman's makeup. The Penguin's makeup. The Riddler's need a makeup in it. The Joker, even though we see him for a split second. Dude, the Batman wins that. I'm sorry. And then Elvis does better than The Whale as well. The makeup on Austin Butler, even bro, another fat guy. The guy Tom Hanks played. Bro, what is it with fat people?
Colonel.
The Colonel Tom Parker. Dude, yeah, you can tell that's Tom Hanks, okay. But still, overall, that goes to the Batman, and then it goes to Elvis. Go away, Whale. You won too much. How many did you win anyway? Like 5? No, you didn't. Just that goes to the Batman or Elvis, dude. The Batman's. This triggers me, man, because and this is something someone takes home for the rest of their life. It shows for the rest of their life, goes on for generations, and it's just a shame that sometimes of course, the makeup and hairstyling people for the Whale would deserve it, yeah, but sometimes there's other people that deserve it more. Obviously all these people did an amazing job, but there's obviously going to be someone better. But that's my opinion. My opinion's useless. It's Whale winner for makeup and hairstyling. Congrats. International feature film. All Quiet on the Western Front won international feature film. Congratulations, Germany. The nominees were Argentina 1985, an Argentinian film, what a surprise. Close, and Belgium film, and EO, a Poland film, and The Quiet Girl, an Ireland film. Winner went to Germany. All Quiet on the Western Front. Wait, is that movie about
the Western Front?
Adolf? What's the Western Front? Adolf? Because it's war and it's Germany.
The Western Front, I think, was Normandy, which is World War One.
Okay. I just saw it as made in Germany, and so it's a war movie.
Well, Germany was also the main antagonist in the First and Second World War. Germany was the reason the First and the Second World War started. So,
right.
I know the history, but I won't get into the history for your sake.
Yeah, no, yeah. Film editing. Nominees. Everything, Everywhere. Alright, seated. Leave the call right now. I'm kicking you. Film editing. Nominees. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. The Banshees, Elvis, Tar, Top Gun Maverick. What? One? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I'm sick of saying it. One best film editing. Absurd, dude. Elvis had one of the best pacing movies. For a long movie, Elvis had one of the best pacing movies I've ever watched. Not biased. Top Gun Maverick had very good editing. It is. I've seen Top Gun Maverick 3 times. The first time, it's your best watch. Second time, it's a very long film. And then the third time, you're having a lot of fun. So the pacing in Top Gun Maverick isn't as good as, say, Elvis. I can't say for the other ones.
Definitely need to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I think
I will.
I don't think you'll enjoy it.
I'll watch All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm gonna watch that. I don't think I'm gonna watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Sorry, dude. But
you definitely should, but yeah, I don't think you'll enjoy it. It's not something that it's a bit of a mind f at sometimes.
Is it like Squid Game?
No, it's not like Squid Game.
Okay. It just looks like it's like there's blood.
No.
Okay. Documentary short film. The Elephant Whispers. Won that one. Congratulations.
The Whale should have get it, because the whale is an animal.
Got me there.
I should just be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, just quit the podcast. Go. You take over the Oscars. You present it. You be the comedian that.
Yeah, I should.
You get slapped in the face.
Jimmy Kimmel who?
Yeah, exactly. Documentary feature film went to Navenly. Congratulations. Good job. Now, this is where we get to the interesting stuff. Now, this is where I want to have a little break. Not a break, but like in the middle here, I want to watch some clips. So the Oscars, look, you can't see.
No. Making fun of me. I get it.
No, I'm not making it. There you go, buddy.
There
you go, buddy. The Oscars look to snap back after a year after Will Smith Chris Rock slap. So we're going down memory lane here, and we are watching. We're gonna look go back down memory lane. A year ago, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, as
Yeah,
we were just
can I
joking
touch on
about.
that quickly?
Yeah, you can.
Jimmy Kimmel, I'm pretty sure, like, kind of joked about it.
Yeah, he did. He did. I think this is the clip. So yeah, we're gonna be looking back. Will Smith, Chris Rock slap. Yeah. This might be a clip. Jimmy Kimmel talks about it. I don't know, but let's watch it.
Has been much talked about, but that's not the only thing that's been talked about at the Oscars. As many of us who watched last year's award show, the slap heard around the world has been a topic of conversation and controversy. The Academy, though, has hired a crisis team to avoid the missteps it made in responding to Will Smith's smackdown of Chris Rock on live TV last year. The crisis team will be responsible for preventing, intervening, and managing potential situations that arise during that live broadcast, and that can range from any controversial speeches, a wardrobe malfunction, and even the chance of someone coming onto the stage who should not be there. And also returning to host this year's Oscars again is Jimmy Kimmel, who will address that infamous
Here we
moment.
go. Jimmy Kimmel addresses it.
I don't know what happened. I still can't believe it happened. It was suddenly a WWE event.
How do you handle the slap heard round the world? Have you given that thought?
Well, yes, I have given it much thought. I think I have some good things to say about it. I think that it's going to be on everybody's mind. Everybody's going to be waiting for that moment. That will be part of the show, but certainly not the focus.
And don't expect to see Will Smith presenting the Oscar for Best Actress this year, even though it's tradition for the winner of the Best Actor Oscar to do so. Smith has been banned from attending the award show for the next decade.
Wow, Will Smith is banned from attending the Academy Awards for the next decade. I did not know that. No, he was banned for 10 years, because usually the actor presents the Best Supporting Actor for the next year, but obviously he didn't because he's banned for 10 years. I did not know that.
Of the Best Actor Oscar to do so, Smith has been
I thought he was banned for life.
the award
I didn't know he was banned at all.
show for the next
Just
decade
don't do it again.
that slap. Instead, the Academy will likely tap a former actor or actress to present the Oscar, but the Academy is remaining tight-lipped about who that will be. Now, another interesting thing that the Academy is doing this year is that there will be a QR code presented to...
That's what I wanted to get into for that clip. But yeah, you know, a year ago, Will Smith, the big controversy came up. Everyone was talking about it. Was it staged? Was it real? How much did Will Smith get paid? Was it real? It's a big controversy. I think it was real. But you never know, they are actors. It probably was fake to get people talking about the Oscars again, because the Oscars have been dying. Okay, in the last, every year the Oscar numbers drop. They could have done that just to get the Oscar numbers up and get people watching it and talking about it. Otherwise, it could have been true. I don't know.
But do you really think Will Smith would have? I don't know. I can understand it being fake, but the way that Chris Rock talks about it, the way that everybody else talks about it, they play it off as real.
Yeah,
so I
think it was
the
real.
Oscars are like pulling a big number on all of us.
Yeah.
I struggle to see if it was fake.
I think it was real, but there obviously, you know, there's a lot of reasons, obvious reasons that, it's fake, but I think it was real.
Yeah.
So just want to show that clip. Now we get back to one, and we'll go back to a clip. We'll do that until we get to the big one. For directing, unfortunately, Baz Luhrmann did not get nominated for Elvis directing. He did win a Oscar for directing. I can't remember the movie, but he won an Oscar for directing some movie a few years ago. But directing Everything Everywhere All at Once. Why do I have to keep saying that name? The Great Gatsby. It could have been that. Yeah. Everything Everywhere All at Once. One Best Directing. That name is triggering me now. The Banshees also got nominated. The Fabelman, Steven Spielberg, got nominated, but he did not somehow win. Tar got nominated, and Triangle of Sadness got nominated. Congrats to... I'm not saying it again, but congrats to the winner. Congratulations, you've won enough to ping off. Imagine if I watch it and absolutely love it. There's no way, right? But you know, it's
I think it's a bit too it is very like underlying storytelling. It's not face value storytelling. So I think it takes a few watches to really grasp it.
Okay, gotcha.
Like it's a very what's the word? Not philosophical, but it has a lot of hidden meanings,
I
and it
gotcha.
takes a lot of rewatches to capture it, to
I gotcha.
fully
How many
consume it.
times did you see it?
I've only seen it once,
Oh, okay. But yeah, obviously.
but just you'll know what I mean.
But
if you watch it.
overall, out of those directors, Steven Spielberg's obviously the best director. Overall, out of those directors, maybe he wasn't for this movie. You know, different movies have different themes, different that are conveyed better by different directors. You know, there's a whole many factors that go into it. Costume design. Now this is a little bit to say here. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, a Marvel movie, won an Oscar, dude. It won costume design. Best costume design. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Babylon got nominated. Elvis got nominated. Miss Harris Goes to Paris got nominated. And Everything Everywhere All at Once got nominated. Thank you for not winning Everything Everywhere All at Once. But Elvis, Catherine Martin, Baz Luhrmann's wife. This is the first time she got nominated for an Academy Award and didn't win it. So that's her winning streak is over. She's won like 3 or 4 Academy Awards. And every time, she's been nominated 3 or 4 times, and she won all of those times. She should have won. Elvis, as I said, like the production design, captured 50s, 60s, and 70s. Freaking replicated Elvis Presley's all of his literal wardrobe. But anyway, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, I can see why it would have won. It's got good costuming, I must say. I can see why Wakanda Forever won. But I think Elvis is above it. Maybe Babylon. Yeah. Now, another clip. Now that we just talked about Elvis, and we're going to be going back onto Elvis again. Austin Butler can't believe he's a nominee for the Oscars. So here's a little clip from Austin Butler himself before they went out for the Oscars, the Academy.
All I could say is it really just feels like a dream. You know, I've been acting since I was 12 years old, and this has always felt like an almost impossible dream to be here, and I just got to pinch myself every moment because I can't believe it's actually real.
If the colors behind you were a little bit different, it would look like Jailhouse Rock.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah.
So what is your hope for tonight? Do you have expectation, or you just want to go in, have a good time, and celebrate your industry?
I think that's what it's about. You know, I've had the opportunity to meet so many great people along this journey, and tonight's a night that we just all get to celebrate each other, and no matter what happens, I think it's just amazing to get invited to the party and get to be here, you know.
I think somebody probably in your life told you better have a speech ready just in case. And what do you say to that? Does it make you nervous to think about what you might say?
I mean, anytime I get up in front of people as myself, I'm nervous. So for me, it's just I've got so many people in my mind that I owe being here to. So that's what I have in my head.
Okay. Can you tell us the next project, or do you have it yet? You're keeping quiet about it. I know Dune.
Dune and Bike Riders.
It's so sad that you just make these low-budget, tiny independent features.
The little low-budget films.
Austin, of all the people this Oscar season, I've enjoyed meeting you the most. I think you're terrific, and as Elvis, you're fantastic. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's all.
Good on ya, Austin. He's in Dune. He's going to be in Dune 2. Well, I'm going to have to go see Dune 2 now. Yeah. He'll win an Oscar for that. He'll win an Oscar for that. I didn't know they was being in Dune 2. Okay. Yeah. Man, we'll get on to, Best Actor, but... Now, I'm not watching this whole 12 minutes. I'll watch 2 minutes. It's Jimmy Kimmel's opening monologue. His opening monologue. Sorry for the bad quality, ABC. I think he is. In my opinion, he's the best director of all time. Him or the guy that
I can back it. Made the what?
Birds. Alfred Hitchcock. How'd I forget that? Alfred Hitchcock. He's pretty good. But I think Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
I also want to extend congratulations
Steven is
to
mine.
Steven's longtime collaborator,
I think so.
the maestro John Williams, who is now the oldest nominee in Oscar history.
John Williams, oldest Oscar nominee in history.
Great. John,
It's great, man.
John turned 91 years old last
91
month,
years
and he's
old.
still scoring. If
91,
you know what I mean.
and he's still scoring.
And by the way, if you've never made love to the score from Raiders of the Lost Ark, do yourself a favor.
Yes, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Another, only Walt Disney, this is great, only Walt Disney has been nominated for more Oscars than John Williams. He's been nominated 53 times.
John Williams has been nominated for 53 Oscars. Oof. That is big. John Williams, man. I should have gave him this Oscar.
And
53
Yeah, well,
Oscar
he basically-
nominations.
If you go to most things in the 70s and 80s, he made the music for it.
Yes, yeah. Good on him, man. He's talented, dude. All of
Over
his
half of the
songs,
top 10
He
movies
can do
in
it
the
all.
80s
Yeah,
has had a score of his.
yeah.
nominated 53 times.
53
He's won
times.
5, which honestly is not that great.
He's... That's not nice. Jimmy Kimmel just said he's been nominated 53 times and only won 5. And that's not that great. That is very great.
But good luck tonight. It was a very good year for movies. Business is booming. I know people like to debate now which is better, movies or TV. But here's the thing. No matter how
Movies
good
are
a
way
show
better
is,
than
there are
TV
some things
shows.
movies could do
Exactly.
that TV just can't.
Exactly.
For example, a TV show can't lose $100 million.
Yeah.
Is the gang from Babylon here? They know.
Oh, that is sad. Oh, he just roasts Babylon. Oh. Oh my god.
Who, Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel just roasted Babylon. He's like, movies and TV shows. Movies can do things TV shows can't do. Movies can lose $100 million. Is the crew from Babylon here? Oh.
Oh.
Jimmy Kimmel, my god. You're the next one to be slapped. Oh. Dude, that is...
I was just asking if they were here. I was welcoming them. At least Babylon got released in August. You know, Batgirl became the first
I think
superhero.
that's... I want to have a quick thing at the end, but at the end when you're done looking at the clips, I wanna say something just about the Oscars we were talking about
To
before.
be defeated
Yeah.
by an accounting department. And then we had the big one, the long-awaited Avatar, The Way of
Avatar,
Water,
The Way of Water.
which gave
James Cameron
the
did not
director,
appear at the Oscars.
producer, Jim Cameron, another opportunity to do what he
He
loves
didn't
to do more than anything else, drowning Kate Winslet. The sequel to Avatar, it's the most expensive movie ever made. Disney spent $2 billion on this movie. Just to break even, all of Nick Cannon's kids had to see Avatar 4 times.
Name.
And they did, I guess. James Cameron is not here, by the way, tonight. You know a show is too long when even James Cameron can't sit through it. Some of the cynics are saying Jim Cameron isn't here because he didn't get a Best Director nomination. And well, I find that very hard to believe about
Jimmy Kimmel said James Cameron's not here because he didn't get a Best Director nomination and he's salty.
a man of such deep humility.
I can see why
He
people,
does
like,
have a point.
the
I mean,
hosts are getting slapped up at the Oscars.
how does the Academy
Yeah,
not
apparently
nominate the guy who directed
they deserve
Avatar?
it.
What do they
Yeah.
think he is, a woman?
Oh,
What a-
bro, just roasted women. Oh
Thank
my
you, ladies.
god.
Wait, just women or
Yeah.
the movie?
No, women. The gender.
What the hell?
It was some year for
Jimmy Kimmel
diversity
just-
and
Right.
inclusion.
You reckon they just
We
told
have
him to go on
nominees
stage and
from
just like
every
Yeah.
it's the
corner
roast of the
Dublin.
Oscars?
Yeah. Get yourself slapped up.
Yeah, yeah.
5 Irish actors are nominated tonight, which means the odds of another fight on stage just went way up.
He's like 5 Irishmen have been nominated tonight, which puts the percentage of a fight on this stage way up.
And while we're on the subject of diversity, I want to say, especially those of you watching at home, there are a number of excellent films and performances that were not nominated tonight, including Till and The Woman King, which are both based on true stories with great performances from Danielle Deadweiler and Viola Davis that are very worthy of your time if you haven't seen them, as is a small independent film called Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun
the
Maverick.
movie that saved the movies.
Yes.
Everyone loved
Jimmy Kimmel agrees that Top Gun Maverick saved cinema.
Top Gun. Everybody. I mean,
Oh, let's go, Jimmy. Can we get him on the show?
W, yeah.
Tom Cruise with his shirt off and that beach
Tom Cruise
football
with his
scene.
Tom Cruise with his shirt off on the football scene on
El
the
Ron
beach.
Hubba Hubba. You know what I'm saying?
Remind me of that, and I'm gonna have the clip you were watching before. The clip of Jimmy Kimmel. He was like, if
Not
you
when
want to
he's
come
on
up on stage and start jigging,
I think he's saying that right now. It wasn't.
Yeah, you have to go through like Adonis Creed, and then
No, but seriously, the Academy has a
he was
preference
like
team
mentioning other people.
in place. If anything unpredictable or violent happens during the ceremony, just do what you did last year. Nothing. Sit there and do absolutely nothing. Maybe even give the assailant a hug. And if any of you get mad at a joke and decide you want to come up here and get jiggy with it,
Get jiggy with it.
it's not going to be
Yeah,
easy.
that's it.
It's
That's
not
it.
gonna be
My
easy.
friends are going to have to get through first.
Here we go.
You're going to have to get through the heavyweight champ.
That's
Heavyweight
Adonis
champ.
Creed.
Adonis
before you
Creed.
get to me. You're going to have to do battle with Michelle Yeoh before you get to me. You are going to have to beat the Mandalorian before
The
you
Mandalorian,
get to
Pedro
me.
Pascal.
Yeah, Pedro and Elizabeth Olsen.
With Spider-Man. You're
Spider-Man.
going to have to...
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, and Andrew Garfield.
You are going to have to tangle with Fableman.
Fableman.
I think Michelle Yeoh's in there as well.
Then
Yeah.
you're going to have to go through my right-hand man, Guillermo, if you want to get up to this stage. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on,
It was a great clip. I was waiting for that the entire time.
Yeah.
The other Guillermo, not Del Toro. Yes, that one. Okay, there you go. I know he's cute, but make no mistake, you even so much as wave at me, that sweet little man will beat the Lydia Tar out of you, okay? There will be no nonsense tonight. We have no time for shenanigans. This is a celebration of everyone here. You told us you wanted all the categories back in, and we listened. They're all back in.
All categories are back in.
That's right. We will be showing all 23 categories live tonight, except for one. Earlier tonight, Best Picture went to All Quiet on the Western Front. Congratulations to Germany. We put all the categories back in because the movie community wanted it, almost as much as the television community didn't want it. So, no complaining about how long the show is. I saw all your movies. Now it's my turn to make you sit in the theater for 3.5 hours.
I love
Doesn't
doing
mean
you.
we don't want to hear you speak. We do. We want your speeches to be moving. We also want to keep it moving. So, the speech goes on too long.
Cool. I did not expect to be watching all that, but we did. Now, 2 clips down. 3 clips down. 3 clips to go, but I want to now get into cinematography. Did we talk about cinematography? No, we did not. All Quiet on the Western Front won winner for cinematography. Bardo, False Chronicle of Handful of Truths, was also nominated. Elvis was nominated. Empire of Light was nominated. And Tar was nominated. Obviously, that should have went to Elvis, but hey, it went to All Quiet on the Western Front. And war movies always have good cinematography. 1917 had one of the best shot films I've ever freaking seen. That was great. So, hey, you got to give it to the war movie. Elvis, of course, definitely not biased, but that's definitely up there. Now we got animated feature film. Went to Pinocchio, of course. Puss in Boots didn't win. Puss in Boots
Wasn't Pinocchio like awful?
Apparently, but apparently not. It won Best Animated Film. Puss in Boots
It
got
wasn't even
nominated.
animated.
Yes, it was.
The one with Tom Hanks.
No, not the one with Tom Hanks. This was
Ah,
the
I was gonna
animated
say. I don't even remember it coming out.
Yeah.
Was
Puss
it
in
like
Boots.
an international?
I tell you, Disney. I don't know. No, Disney don't
Okay.
do Pinocchio, do they? I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Puss in Boots.
It should have been Puss in Boots.
Nominated.
Should have been Puss in
Yeah,
Boots.
you loved it. A lot of people. Turning Red was got nominated.
Oh, it was
Sea
great.
Beast and Marshall the Shell with
That's
shoes
fair.
on. Actress in a supporting role. We're getting to the big ones. Okay.
Michelle Yeoh.
Okay. Actress in a supporting role.
Oh, supporting role.
Went to Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, with Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever nominated, Hong Chow The Whale
That
nominated,
is-
Terry Kondo The Banshees, Stephen Shu Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Is Angela Bassett? Is that Mrs.
Queen
Wakanda, the mum?
Yeah, Queen T'Challa.
Yeah. Oh, she was great.
Yeah,
She was great.
win. Jamie Lee Curtis, her first Oscar win. Actress in supporting role, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Hey,
Yeah. No, that's
so
fair.
what? She was in the best movie of the year and also the worst movie of the year. Halloween Ends and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Halloween Ends was not the worst movie of the year.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Actress in a leading role, Michelle
Yo.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. I'm freaking saying.
Of course,
sick of saying
she deserves
that.
it.
Kate Blanchett for Tar, Anna de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Roseberg for Lassie, and Michelle Williams for The Fablemans. It went to Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Congratulations. Of course, it's Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Of course.
I'm sick of saying that. That's what give me a headache, that word. Now, actor in a supporting role. We got another winner for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I can't say his name. Ki Hung Kwan. There you go.
I'm pretty sure that's the boy from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, I think he deserves it so much. He was so good in it. You don't understand.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's great. And it was his comeback. It was Everything Everywhere All at Once was his comeback role, and he won an Oscar from his comeback role. That's crazy. Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees was got nominated. Brian Henry for Causeway, Judd Hiskers for The Fablemans, and Barry Keoghan for The Banshees as well. Now we get to the big two. Before we get to that, I wanna Ki Hung Kwan, his full Oscar speech. It goes for 3 minutes. Let's listen to his.
And the Oscar goes.
So this is the I want to watch the the Best Actress and Best Oscar nominations for supporting role. 2 clips, say 3 minutes each. I just want to see the reactions, and yeah, let's watch it. It's one of the best Oscar. He didn't even have a script. That was all came out of his mind. That's one of the best Oscar speeches I've ever heard. Congrats.
Speeches, yeah.
Michelle Yeoh, now 3 minutes. Let's listen.
The Oscar goes to
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
These speeches kind of making me wanna go watch Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You really should.
I have to dedicate
do it tonight.
I can't.
And we'll do a review on it tomorrow.
My mom.
I might have planned on this. I have to wake up at like 5.
In the world, because they are really the superheroes. And without them,
none
of us will be here tonight.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go work for me?
Yeah, guys, you want to take over Joker's job? Yeah, we can theater.
It's pretty easy work. You don't actually have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, literally.
She's 84, and I'm taking this home to her. She's watching right now in Malaysia, KL, with my family and friends. I love you guys. I'm bringing this home to you. And also to my extended family in Hong Kong, where I started my career. Thank you for letting me stand on your shoulders, giving me a leg up so that I can be here today.
Dude.
And to my
winning an Oscar,
godchildren,
the
to my
speeches is
sisters,
always so inspiring.
all of them,
I
to
honestly
my
love the
brothers,
Oscars just from the speeches.
God, to my family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the Academy. This is history in the making.
History in the making, yes, sir. Congrats to them. You know, we really done. Congrats to that. We got 2 more to go. We have actor in one more clip. I don't have a clip of the other one. We have actor in a leading role. Nominees: Bill Nighy for Living, Paul Mescal for Aftersun, Colin Farrell for The Banshees, Austin Butler for Elvis, and Brendan Fraser for The Whale. Congratulations to Brendan Fraser for winning the Oscar for an actor in a leading role in The Whale. Austin Butler was robbed. In my opinion, I was rooting for Elvis. I was watching it at school, and I'm like, okay, they were leading up to the actor in a leading role. I'm like, I literally was shaking. You know, I was never an Elvis fan, but
How can you not be an Elvis fan?
no, like, not that I wasn't a fan of him. Who isn't a fan of him? But
I'm not.
I wasn't. But I didn't like listen to his songs. I didn't listen to him regularly. Like my mum's a massive fan of him. She saw the movie over 10 times, and you know I've heard him before because my mum's always playing him. But like I've never, that's what I listened to on Spotify. I did for a little bit listen to a lot of Elvis on Spotify after the movie, but it should have gone to Austin, man. And he'll get there one day. He's still hungry. Let's watch the clip because I've watched this. I've obviously and the clip of Austin. To see his reaction to not winning
the Oscar goes to
is sad.
Brendan Fraser.
he like puts his head out. He's like, oh damn it. You know, obviously he's a good sport. He'll get there one day. He's still so young. Brendan Fraser's so much older. Austin
he's
has
very
more
experienced.
time. Austin has more time.
And the Oscar goes to Brendan Fraser.
But it was Austin's, man. It was Oscar's. It was Austin's Oscar. It was Austin's Oscar, right? It was. You know, congratulations to Brendan Fraser. I'm sure he did a great job in The Whale. I was gonna go see The Whale. I don't think I will. I'll probably go. I'll go see The Banshees. Not The Banshees. I'll go see Everything Everywhere All at Once and the War movie. I don't think I will go see The Whale.
All Quiet on the Western
All
Front.
Quiet on the Western Front. Austin Butler, he should have won. I wish he won. I just wanted to see him go up on that stage and talk, you know, about Baz. The movie was made here in Australia. Of course, they're not going to let an Australian-made movie win. But obviously, no. I don't know, man. It's just I'm really disappointed. I was rooting for Austin. He won the Golden Globe. He won many awards for his role as Elvis Presley in Elvis. So obviously Oscar is the biggest one, but it's not like he didn't win anything. It's just a shame that Elvis did not win one award, and I really want to know what Baz Luhrmann views on it. He obviously won't say anything, but I wanted Austin to get up there and say something. And then if obviously Elvis was never going to win Best Movie, but I would have loved to hear what Baz would have said. But congratulations to you, Brendan Fraser. Let's listen to what you said. Maybe. Hey, Austin Butler got up and clapped for me.
As a child,
Good
Brendan
sport.
Fraser developed an interest in acting after seeing a West End performance of the musical Oliver.
I mean, good on him. They all deserve it. They do. He deserved it. Congrats to him, man. He's flabbergasted. Would have been nice for it to be. Oh, there he is, Austin.
So
He's
this
smiling.
Is
He's
what the
happy.
multiverse looks like.
This is what the multiverse looks like.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what he just
I thank the Academy for this honor and
a
for our
big voice.
studio A24 for making such a bold film. And I'm grateful to Darren Aronofsky for throwing me a creative lifeline and hauling me aboard the good ship, The Whale.
Whale.
That was written by Samuel D. Hunter, who is our lighthouse. Gentlemen, you laid your whale-sized hearts bare so that we could see into your souls like no one else could do. And it is
Good
my
on him.
honor
I mean,
to be named
would have been nice
alongside you
for
in this
my personal
category.
preference, Austin, but you know,
Yeah,
props
well,
to him.
I think the story behind Brendan Fraser as well is a lot more compelling. Like, obviously, that shouldn't be the reason that he won, but
Yeah, I saw something about
I
that.
want to tell you that only whales can swim at the depth
and I hope
of the
that's not the
talent
reason
of
that he
Hong
did win
Chow.
was because his story is a lot more
I'm sure
compelling.
he
but,
gave a very good performance.
But Brendan Fraser in the 90s was the biggest thing. Like, it's a little bit before your time. It was portioning into my time, but he was in some of the big action movie of the 90s. He was like one of the best up and coming actors, and then he got diagnosed with some disease, and so he got big, and then he lost all the jobs, and
Oh, okay.
so
it's not.
he got like sidelined from Hollywood, and then when whoever the director was gave him a chance, and this decided to do a movie with them.
Wow, that's nice to hear.
It's a really compelling story. If you watch a video on it online, they'll tell you about Brendan Fraser's story, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
Until it stops.
This is obviously Austin's my fan favorite, but you know it's nice when you have
Yeah,
songs
no,
like
of course.
that and they come back and they're everything again, you know.
And
they're everything everywhere all at once.
I just want to say thank you for this acknowledgement, because it couldn't be done without my cast. It's been like I've been on a diving expedition on the bottom of the ocean, and
Congrats,
the air on the line to the surface is on a launch being watched over by some people in my life, like my sons Holden and Leland and Griffin. I love you, Griffey.
No.
My manager Joanne Colonna, Jennifer Plant, and my best first mate Jeannie. Thank you again. each one and all. I'm so grateful to you. Good night.
Good on him. I mean, good on him. I'm happy for him. Brendan Fraser, the winner for actor in a leading role, The Whale.
Yeah,
It's a real
I
shame.
definitely want to give it a watch.
I'll give it a watch. I don't. I might. It doesn't look compelling to me, but I'll have a look. I'll see. Best Picture now, the big one. Nominees: Woman Talking, Triangle of Sadness, Top Gun: Maverick, Tar, The Fabelmans, Elvis, Banshees, Avatar, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. And we know the answer. Everything Everywhere All at Once takes that one home. Of course, it would have been nice for the Batman to be nominated for Best Picture. Elvis was never going to win it, but I would have loved it just to see what Baz was going to say. Fableman, Top Gun Maverick, was probably my pick. Out of these ones in the list, at least, even though I do like Elvis, but as the best film, Elvis isn't that kind of movie where it's going to be the best film, if that makes sense. But congratulations to all the nominees, to Everything Everywhere All at Once, and All Quiet on the Western Front for winning an absurd amount of Oscars. It's very disappointing that Elvis got nominated for 8 Oscars and did not win one. But it is what it is. Austin Butler will rise back up. He'll win an Oscar one day, I'm telling you now. Baz Luhrmann will go on to his next project. And, congratulations to every single person who won an Oscar. It's big. And, the Academy, the 96th Academy Awards next year. So that'll be an interesting one again. But, hey, it is what it is. Winning an Oscar is big. And congratulations to everyone. There's not much else I can say, but yeah, everyone does a great job, and it's nice when people are, their hard work goes, gets noticed. It's always a nice feeling.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to them.
I want to quickly touch on, because you kind of mentioned it earlier, last year with the slap, and
yes,
real or not, however you may see it. Sure. And kind of the way that Jimmy Kimmel has presented himself in this, it's funny. He's a comedian. He's a show, late night show host, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fine, right? And it's kind of always been that kind of joking, but it's never been to the level. And you should know this, actually. You know how in boxing and in fighting, how they have their press conferences? Mm-hmm. And until probably the last 5 years, they've really turned more into a show instead of a weigh-in or just a press conference for the UFC. It turns more into a show and just to see how good they are.
Yeah.
To bring in the crowd, to bring in the funny, the memes, the whatever. Just bring that kind of attention. I'm worried that the Oscars are going to turn into that and ignore the formality of it and turn it more into a media structured, how many views can we get type thing.
Yeah.
And as much as I think Will Smith and Chris Rock last year was real, I can understand it being fake and it being kind of the slap in the face as you would to the media to really bring that attention to it. And then Jimmy Kimmel, I'm obviously not as severe and not as big, but just going off and ranting. It's not unlike, I think it's the Grammys where, say, Ricky Gervais, he kind of goes off. He kind of goes on a tangent and roasts and stuff. And that gets a lot of media attention, but the Oscars have never been known for it.
Yeah.
So I'm worried that the Oscars are turning into a media-focused, how much attention can we draw type thing instead of the formality and the appreciation of their award winners and their nominees.
I agree, dude. And with everything now, though, everything, they want viewers, they want those numbers in.
Exactly.
Because it draws in more money ultimately, and money's everything nowadays. It is sad, but that's how Hollywood has been shaped in recent years, and it's sad that that's the future. Obviously,
because if the host is getting more attention than the actors who have spent the last 2-3 years of their life, or the director who has taken, or whatever, or exactly, whatever the category is, they have dedicated, months to maybe years of their time into this. But Jimmy Kimmel, no offense to Jimmy Kimmel, this isn't him, this isn't his fault. But when Jimmy Kimmel's getting all the clicks, getting all the views, getting all the laughs, it's kind of taking away from the severity and like the importance that is the Oscars.
Yeah, I can agree with you there, but it is about numbers nowadays for people, and that's a shame. But as someone who wants to do filmmaking, when I'm older, this might change as I get older, but I couldn't care how much my film made. I couldn't care how many people go see it. I just want to tell a good story that I'm proud of, and that means something. Just like George Lucas, and that's why. And Steve Spielberg, Tim Burton. Tim Burton's one of my favorite directors. But it is a shame, Hollywood. That's why I want to stay away from Hollywood. Hollywood's being shaped. George Lucas stayed away from Hollywood. He hated Hollywood because it's shaping just films aren't films anymore. And that's why I love the Batman, because I thought, Batman being a big franchise, but that movie was still proper cinema, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our Oscars 2023 95th Academy Awards breakdown. It's a long episode, our longest one in quite a while. But yeah, let us know if you agree with the Oscars. Who do you wish were nominated? Who do you wish won? Are you happy with it? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Joseph? And yeah, let us know what your thoughts. Congratulations to everybody, as I said. But yeah, we're gonna get on out of here, and I'm gonna edit this, upload it, and yeah, we'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode of the Movie Pod. My name's Isaac, joined by Joseph, as always, and we will see you in the next episode of the Movie Pod. Bye now.
See ya.